Don't look under the internet.
Dawn's gotten a lot mintier recently, hasn't it?
It has.
Okay, fucking. God damn it.
What was his name on The Office? It was like Darren, Devin, Dremel.
Oh, are you talking about Gabe?
No, it's not Gabe. It's the guy that he's now in What We Do in the Shadows. He was
Wow.
Colin Robinson in that, and he's funny as all piss.
I haven't seen that show, so
Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet, everybody.
welcome.
Where we, in fact, are looking under the internet.
Guess what? That's Jason.
Hello.
Oh my God, it's like Face Off. Who's who? Are you? Are
Oh,
you
just keep going.
John Travolta, or are you Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Okay, that's Doug.
Hi.
And I'm Joan Rivers.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome to your mom.
It's a show
He's
about.
looping back around now. He said, "Welcome to the show," and now he's saying, "Welcome to the show" again. We've thrown him completely
off.
track.
Here,
Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet, everybody.
this is round 2.
No, it's not.
Today,
What are you talking about?
we are talking about.
Wait, shut up.
Hey, man. God damn, this is a violent episode.
Diluti.
Clap above your head.
Housekeeping.
Christ.
You thought I would just let you jump into an episode? No way, Jose. I got 5 people that I want to shout out
Fucking
today.
5?
5 of you. First and
That's
foremost,
almost 5 people.
before I shout them out, you people are probably wondering, where was the upload on Monday? Well, we had an incident with our producer, and Finley, as you all know.
He was hungry.
He was hungry, and so the episode got delayed until tonight. You guys are almost kind of hearing this live because it's going up damn near
Yeah.
right after we record.
We're
So
going to attempt to upload this
Yeah,
right after.
it's
If it doesn't
attempting-
happen, I'm sorry.
attempting Tuesday night, if anything Wednesday night. Either way, pretty dang close to
I'd
live.
say latest is Tuesday
Morning.
Tuesday.
Well, it
It's
would.
Tuesday.
You mean Wednesday morning?
The day after tomorrow.
So Thursday. So anyway,
Wait, what's that word for the day?
a fortnight?
Fuck. No,
No.
it's some weird word where it's like the day after
Oh.
yesterday.
Anyway, I wanna
like, know
thank
it's
you
today,
all
but like there's
for
like this
being
other
patient.
weird word.
Yeah. I think I know what you're
us.
talking about.
Thank you for being patient with us. Next week should be on schedule because guess what? We're recording that one right after this one.
And I wasn't in the last episode that isn't
you
actually
weren't.
an episode because
You
I was
weren't.
sick.
Doug
and
was
now I'm
big
here, so
sicky,
you guys
and-
are getting the best of both
Yeah,
worlds.
this actually worked out quite nice because now Doug's here for the last episode.
This was his topic, too.
Yeah,
so.
right.
It was.
So anyway, the 5 people that I want to say hello to. First and foremost, we have SG Loki. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Sorry.
You wonderful person. We have Peter Caliendo.
Hello.
Hello. Joseph Bashman, who we've been talking to a bit on the
Oh, yeah.
Patreon. Hello.
what
Hello.
I do.
You're very interested in our lives.
Yeah. And then I
makes one
want to
person.
say it's Pixies. Piyx.
Oh, the
who is our European patron.
the €9
Thank you.
tier.
Yes, thank you for the 9
Hello,
euros.
governor. Wait, that's more British. And
And goodbye.
It was great because Mike goes, "How does it work if they pay us?"
Oh
in
my God.
euros?"
Yeah, that's right. He's like, wait, is that what?
What's the conversion?
He
rate?
literally goes, wait, what tier is that then? And I'm like, I think that's the exchange rate, Mike, is €9 is $10.
Shut up.
Which is why it says they are a part of the $10 tier now.
Just eat a dick. And then I also want to give a secondary shout out to Alondra, who I don't know if you recall, I shouted out in our Missing 411 episode.
Oh, yeah.
But you could barely hear me shout her out over
Oh,
the
because
sounds
of
of
our
your
garbage mic
yeah, and you ripping fat clouds
that I didn't realize was fucking being recorded.
like it's the
so-
goddamn Dust Bowl.
Yeah, I think I had to message her and be like, "My bad about
Yeah,
all
no,
that."
but I just wanted to shout out to Alondra because it's not fair to have a shout out on Poopy Audio. I wanted to make it fair for you, and so hi, Alondra.
Hey, Alondra.
But
What's up?
you 5 are the most wonderful beings on the planet. All of you patrons at patreon.com/DeludiPod are the most wonderful people.
Everyone gets a week though.
Yeah, but you five especially. This week,
Next week, best of luck to you.
yeah, next week, may God have mercies on your soul. Actually, next week will technically be recorded right after this, and unless we get a patron
In the next,
like,
hour, which hey, that's happened before.
quick, everyone,
really
patreon.com/DeludiPod. Go.
Bum rush us, make us work.
So, you know, Doug, I'm going to ask Doug the question I asked you last time.
Okay.
Doug, if I were to
great.
write you a letter, how would you start it?
And you were
You're writing
addressing
it
it
to
to somebody
someone.
named David.
Yes.
Okay. My sweetest child,
Whomst is.
to whomst this may concern.
I'm really happy that we're on the same page with that because I did the exact same shit to him last week.
I definitely wouldn't say dear though.
Oh, well, someone might in this weird story that we're covering. It's Dear David.
Dear David.
Yeah. Bird
Dear
scooter.
David.
It's
Dear
kinda cool, too, 'cause-
Dear David. Dear
keep going.
David. Dear David.
Content. Go ahead, Doug.
It's funny because I actually saw this before I got into ARGs. Even with you, I just I just saw it on Facebook one day and read
Yeah.
it. Like
You mean
Oh,
Twitter?
really?
Wait, on
Yeah.
Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook, like I saw a link to the whole story on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Took me to Twitter,
So-
but like
Dear David is a Twitter story, kind of like Gregory88.
Yeah.
Or The Sun Vanished, which
I miss Gregory 88.
shout out
Same.
again, Aiden The Sun Vanished. He's in,
Hell
he's
yeah.
in the Discord. Discord is in the linktree.com/DeludiPod. Go there, find the link to the
Go,
Discord.
go stalk him, I guess.
Go hang out with the creator of The Sun Vanished because he hangs out with
Yes,
us.
and
So.
he's super
He's
cool.
never said a word in there, but
No, he has. When he first got
Yeah.
in, everyone's like,
oh yeah,
that-
that was
"Is that the Sun Vanished guy?" And then he immediately was like, "I'll never tell," and he fucking muted himself forever.
He's keeping tabs on us.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, Dear David, it's a Twitter story. You can probably read through the whole thing. It's relatively short. If you go through like the main topics, but if you're going into the big details, it's when you can gotta get lost in the sauce.
if you read goods,
If you read good, so
Lost
you
maybe
in the
about
sauce.
20-30 minutes.
yeah, you
Maybe.
you can be on the pooper and read this thing. I would say
I'm really enjoying the Lost the Sauce.
get lost,
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
I like
Where do you think the story begins, boys?
that. With somebody dying.
With a tweet.
It begins with a tweet on Bird app by a man named Adam Ellis. Adam, if you are hearing this, follow me on our Twitter.
Yeah, hit us up. I mean,
Anyway.
if you want to come do an interview with us, because
We would love that.
we have a lot of questions for you,
Yes,
and you
but-
guys will understand why in just a few hours.
And just
go
to kind of
to-
preface, I think the best way to describe how we're going to do this episode is instead of reading tweet for tweet verbatim, we're going to kind of tell you the story.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
feel like that works better.
my notes will not let me do anything else. So
I am
Yeah.
gonna read. I am
We
gonna
will be-
start this off though, ironically, by reading tweet for tweet. Only the first few. Only the first few.
we will not be doing this. So anyway, here is a verbatim
me
tweet
doing
for
this.
tweet
So I made an
record.
executive choice to say this thing that Mike
Yes.
then said no.
Yeah. So anyway, this all starts off with a few tweets from a man named Adam Ellis back in 2017. I don't have like specific dates. I know Jason, you have a few. I think I didn't really get in.
I literally all I did with mine is I like dated when a considerable amount of time has passed.
Cool.
I'm not going like, oh, it's tomorrow now.
My notes are Mike's, so I don't have any of that.
You're welcome. So it starts off with a couple tweets from Adam. First tweet goes, "So my apartment is currently being haunted by the ghost of a dead child, and he's trying to kill me."
Is this what you think he sounds like?
All right, fine. I'll switch it up. His next tweet.
He started appearing in me dreams, but I think he's crossed over in the real world now.
Alondra's left.
Oh no.
Bye bye. Thank you so much for. Okay.
That
Before you go
Yeah.
further, I do want to clarify one thing. For those of you who don't know who the fuck Adam Ellis is, I am almost positive you have seen his comics all over Facebook.
Yeah,
they're
does that,
everywhere.
He does that one comic of the pregnant lady cutting the gender reveal cake. and she
Yeah,
puts
with
it
the
in-
lizard.
It's green, and then she's like, "Yay!"
yeah, yeah. That's the guy that we are covering today.
Yes, he's a
Doesn't he do-
Buzzsprout
yep.
comic guy.
Yep.
His next tweet is the first time I saw him, I was experiencing sleep paralysis and saw a child sitting in the green rocking chair at the foot of me bed. He had a huge misshapen head that was dented on one side. I did me best to draw it.
I think I preferred the first voice.
Yeah, I don't know why you objected because I knew it was going to get infinitely
while.
worse.
For a while, he just stared at me.
That'll do.
But then he got out of the chair and started shambling toward the bed.
Bed.
I couldn't move because I was paralyzed. Sleep paralysis. Right before he reached my bed, I woke up screaming.
Mike just licked the mic. I don't know if you saw that. You probably didn't.
I did not,
It
but-
adds a little bit of juicy emphasis for those of you listening.
$50 Patreon tier. You can come sit in.
I will lick
in Mike's
you.
basement.
I will lick you for $50. You can sit in my new pink chair.
Mike is okay. So if
I
you
will
guys
lick
are,
you.
if no one else is aware of what just happened here, Mike is beginning his journey on his dream job of being a prostitute. Everybody has a price, Mike. And apparently $50 is yours.
I mean,
You get to sit on his chair and then he licks you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking steal.
yeah, we all got new chairs, and mine sucks ass. It looks the best, but it sucks the worst.
It is pretty great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have a fucking lumbar massager
Yeah, me and
Or
Jason
a
are over
foot
here getting
rest.
massages.
or a footrest.
yeah,
Oh, dude,
so-
I'm leaning back right now. I'm so comfortable.
Are you? I'm so happy for both of you. My ass is already sore. So, Adam, over the course of this time, starts to tell the tale of some of the other nightmares that he has. Where, for example, one of them he has is when he's in a library, and this little girl comes up to him and says,
You've seen dear David, haven't you?
"When asked,
You
why are
sound like
shaking your
salad fingers.
I'm salad fingers.
When asking who Dear David is, the girl replies,
Dear David, he's dead. He only appears at midnight, and you can ask him 2 questions if you say, Dear David, first. But never try to ask him a 3rd question.
or he'll kill you."
Rip your fucking cock right off.
I'll rip your cock.
I'll rip his fucking dick.
Twist his dick off.
The old dick twist.
That video always reminds me of when we went to medieval times and Naomi and me were just yelling, "Kiss him! Kiss him!"
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And everyone around just staring at us. I yell, "Kiss him!" to the Green Knight. So a few weeks go by and nothing really out of the norm starts to happen to Adam. It's just kind of, regular mundane world. That is. Until David makes a return. Adam tells of a dream that he had where he asked David how he died. David mumbles,
An accident in the store.
Oh,
"It's better than last time's, right?"
it is much better than last time. I will say that.
Adam then asks what happened in the store, where David responds,
A shelf was pushed on my head.
Adam then asks David, who pushed the shelf? And David does not answer. Redacted. Now, why would you do that?
Because it makes me laugh, Mike.
And his answer is,
That's redacted.
SCP, Dear David. ICP is going to be weird from now on, too, but that's a different thing.
Yes,
So
it is.
Adam, at this point, just asked a 3rd question.
Oh,
What a dummy.
fucking
He then
noob.
wakes
Stupid
up in a
idiot.
violent cold sweat.
To be fair,
To be fair.
thank you. He did not start that question in the appropriate manner.
And it's just the 3rd in general. You don't ask 3. It's the rules of 3. I
Yeah, what-
told you.
can we-
It's the
can-
rule of 3.
And
Have you
it-
seen
but it's-
fucking Austin Powers?
Yes. I mean, it's been a minute, but yes.
The part with
the
Will
Will
Ferrell
Ferrell.
where he's like, no,
the
no.
last one was in
He's
context.
like, you asked me a different question, so that is not in line with this question. So you still only asked 2
This
questions.
question was in context to the second question. Therefore, only counts as one question. Who hired
Some
you?
Monty
Damn.
Python bullshit.
You found me out.
And then he goes into a fire pit.
No, he falls off a cliff. It's like, my legs are broken.
I could try to get on. Oh!
He's like, nope.
I think
Very broken.
I think we need to either talk to Adam or David and ask him.
Yeah.
Well, okay. If we ask you more than 2 questions, but they don't begin with "Dear David," does that count as a question?
Now we're getting into semantics.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't Genie. Oh, maybe it is like Genie rules. Who knows?
Anyway, it's not important to the story. So,
So at this time, so after waking up in a cold sweat from just asking these questions to his ghost boy in his dreams, Adam tries to research just who the hecky is Dear David, and where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
there it is.
But who is Dear David? And he doesn't find anything on David or the myth of, Dear David haunting your dreams. A few more weeks go by and nothing really strange happens, up until he realizes something is going on with his cats. His cats, every night at midnight, will just start to stare at his front door.
Always the fucking cats.
Well, they can see ghosts, so
Yeah. And children.
I can also see children.
So you're a
I
cat.
can't actually.
Oh,
I've never
you were
once
so
seen the
lucky.
children.
This just in, known pervert Jason admits to being a cat. So no one is ever on the other side of the door whenever these cats are staring at the door. No one's ever there. He has two cats though, and one of them has a third leg. Aw, I put that in the notes. I put aw.
He's a third leg.
Yeah,
He has
Don't
three
most-
legs. Three legs. Sorry.
almost all cats
I was gonna
have
say,
at
like-
least 3 legs.
Most do, yeah.
Adam starts to check through his peephole, and that's not a euphemism, to see what his cats are staring at. He doesn't notice anything at first. I'm glad that one nailed. Thank you very much, boys.
Oh,
Because now I'm just imagining a grown ass man looking
staring into his
penis.
dick hole. Hello?
Thank you. Tip your waitresses.
Going,
It's like a fucking periscope down there. It's just like, hello? Who's that?
What's that?
oh
Are you with
man,
the government?
Discord is missing out right now.
I know. It's okay. It'll be a great
They'll
surprise.
pick back up the next episode.
Oh man,
So he doesn't notice anything at first, but after he keeps checking the peephole, he sees something through there, and he takes a picture of it. In this picture,
Can you
you
not
see.
say that word anymore, bro?
you gotta change it.
Fine, I'll abbreviate it. It's his pee hole. Are you happy with your? Are you happy?
No.
Oh, I hate you guys.
Welcome back, Doug.
Oh man. I mean, I'd say call it what it's supposed to be called, but it's called a peephole. So like, I don't know what to tell you, man. We're just immature and tired.
So after checking the door again, the window and the door,
The little circular,
circular window in the
magnified
door.
window.
he notices something
porthole?
strange. Yeah, mini porthole. He notices something strange. He gets his camera on his phone and takes a picture of the porthole. In this picture is a stairway going downstairs, and by the side of it is what looks like a shoe rack, right by the edge of the stairs. Right by the shoe rack, you can see a small little shadow. Kind of looks like a head, or you said like shoulders or something
Yeah,
last time.
To me, it looked like part of a shirt and like the shoulder part of a shirt, kind of like hunched forward.
Yeah, I can see that. So he takes a second picture, and the shadow is gone. It's just straight up vanished, which could just be someone
Walking down the
Yeah, it's in an
stairs.
apartment complex. It might just people leaving. So once he notices that this goes away, that is kind of the only thing we get with the peephole. He then goes to take a couple videos of his cats, and they're just like meowing at the door. They're just sitting there meowing, and this happens reoccurring to him. After a few days of this nonsense, Adam reaches out to some of his followers to see about some ways to deal with ghosts. He sages his apartment, and he puts a salt line around his front door, which I'm going to bring this up again because, Doug, now you're here, you might understand it. I talked to you about this last time. I'm apparently a genius because no ghost hunter TV show or
Oh
anything
yeah.
has
Dude,
thought
this
of
was
doing
incredible.
This. In Supernatural when they'll lay down like a salt line and then the demon or the ghost comes in and
If
just
you tell me
blows
a
the
hula
salt
hoop
away.
filled with salt,
Dude,
Filled with salt.
I've seen that before, actually.
Just put a hula hoop. Well, you're in the Discord. I was talking about this last time too. Just get a hula hoop full of salt. Put it around. You can't blow the salt away.
you can't make horror movies anymore that have to do with salt rings because the answer's so fucking easy.
Right there. It's fucking right there. You don't have to
just
worry
have to
about
be
the salt
good at
being
hula
blown
hooping.
away.
Or not, just put it on the floor. Like,
Oh, yeah,
just
just
sit
like-
in the center of it.
Oh my god, what are those fucking things back from like the fucking like early 2000s where you like put it on your like ankle and like
Fushigi.
Oh no,
and you, like,
skip it.
spun
The
it
skip
around.
bow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Skip-o,
Skip
That's what
it.
you
No, no,
need.
skip it. It was a
Just
skip it.
fucking,
Yeah.
fuck you, ghost.
Yeah.
And really hit him with it. But
So-
no one's done that. What the fuck?
I don't understand. I need to say this is going to bug me all night. I'm listening to a podcast called Dungeons and Daddies right now. It's fucking fantastic. But one of the characters, their weapon is literally like a medieval skip it.
That's beautiful.
It's a fucking mace. like,
But they wear it on their ankle and they do the skip it actions whenever they fucking are in a fight.
It's
hell
the
yeah.
most dangerous thing to come out of the medieval times.
skip it. Pop it.
Twist it.
So after putting the salt down, he even gets a sound recording app put on his phone, just like
Sleep as
an
Android.
Android app. Another episode.
You mean the one that's on my phone right now?
Yeah,
Or my,
that-
my watch?
Yeah, that's an episode that me and Jason covered a while ago. Go look into it. He finds
Very.
a couple like audio clips from the app that he uploaded. I didn't really get too much out of these audio clips. Like people mention it's always like footsteps and you hear like grumbling. Kind of. Like one of them is just this. It's
Yeah.
just that.
It reminded me of those ghost audio, like
Yeah.
ghost caught on audio,
Yeah.
like the hundreds of them that you find on YouTube.
Yeah, and like you got cats, 2 cats, my guy. You're probably just picking up your fucking cats. They're nocturnal animals.
Oh, my kids would be waking me up all the time. So if
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like recording my sleep, they'd probably be like,
Oh,
wake up
Otto
with
would
them
be in my
fucking-
face. Just,
well, every time Dwayne jumps off of anything, it like earthquakes the house. So like,
that's Luna. Every time she jumps down from something, not only will it earthquake, but her hitting, she'll make a noise. She'll be, "Ugh." Like,
it's like a thwomp.
yeah. Adam,
That's perfect.
Adam, after these clips, decides that he is going to buy a Ouija board, although he doesn't really do anything with it.
Waluigi board.
Yeah, a Ouija board.
a linguini board.
Yeah, Linguini. He summons pasta spirits. Creepy pastas. We did it. There it is. He just wanted. Apparently, he just wanted a Ouija board just in case. According to Adam, he just wanted all the ammo he could have to tackle the spirit.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say just pause it real quick, but
Do you want me to pause it?
yeah, I just have to pee. All right, so after that, basically what Adam does is he goes and he buys a Polaroid camera because I think he says that they're cute and dorky or something along those.
Something
Yeah, he
like
goes
that,
very
yeah.
hipster trash with it.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Billiam.
he's like, maybe I can catch some evidence of ghost activity with this thing, right? So he takes some still images of his apartment to just test it out, and then he takes a picture of the outside hallway to his apartment, so like where his front door is. When he develops them from the Polaroid, they come back black. So basically, he goes on this little like picture spree and starts taking pictures, and they all come back black. And he's like, oh, maybe it's defective, so he grabs another pack. Same shit starts happening. So then he posts a video of him taking the pictures in his living room, and from him taking the pictures from the living room and in the hallway, this and that, and then he decides that he's going to take a picture with his phone camera of the hallway.
Oh, this gave me fucking goosebumps.
Yeah, for some reason. Okay, so he takes a picture with his phone camera, totally normal. You can see out of his front door into the hallway.
The
Perfectly
lights
fine.
on and everything.
But then when the Polaroid camera actually develops, you can see his whole apartment with the front door open, but the hallway is just pitch black.
Lights
Just-
off and everything.
And he has a great
Fuck you, Mike.
exactly. He has a video of him taking the pictures too, if that helps. But it doesn't really help. But basically, yeah, you get this like, weird black presence happening in that hallway, which is where the cats have been sitting and looking out and
Yep.
every night at midnight, etc. So then he uploads one of the audios that he had from that sound recording app that he was using, and at about 3 a.m. you can hear this like weird like electrical noise, almost like kind of like I don't know how to describe it really, but like a hissing.
It's like a hiss. It's like a
buzz.
It's like a short circuit or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, he then decides he's going to sage the house because, of course, he does.
Yeah,
That's
That is
typical
step one.
go-to.
Tway spirits, tway.
But as the days go by, he basically starts to have more dreams of David, and he's having trouble sleeping. And he actually even wakes up one night to his like apartment shaking, and he's like, "I wasn't even gonna post this because it sounds ridiculous, but like, I swear my apartment was shaking."
Yeah, do we know? Does he live in like New York or something? Do you
Yeah.
know where he lives? If he lived in California, that would make sense.
No, it's New York.
I wasn't sure, but yeah. So
It's confusing because he doesn't say where he lives at first, and then he says he moves upstairs, and then he says he's in New York later. I'm pretty sure he's always lived in New York, though.
yeah, I think you're right.
At least scrolling through his Twitter previous to this story, it looks like he's lived in New York.
That would make sense. But yeah, he mentions that he wasn't gonna post it because it kind of sounds stupid, but he swears that it happened. And then he had this like weird dread feeling. He said like the way he described it was it's the feeling you get right before a thunderstorm comes.
Yeah.
And then like sure as shit, he gets an alert on his phone that says like thunderstorm warning, like the big red like Weather Channel app fucking warning,
Yeah.
and then I guess the thunderstorm ends up just like passing where he was, but it was still like kind of like weird and ominous. And then he actually has another nightmare where David drags him into a warehouse, and then he wakes up and finds this fucking bruise on his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
see
just
like
fucked.
the lines of like a hand.
Yeah. Literally just watched A Nightmare on Elm Street the other day, and like it was like the first thing I thought of because
Yeah, this does give off strong Nightmare on Elm Street
I just
vibes.
watched the Evil Dead trilogy. I told you guys.
Oh,
that.
yes.
I
need to
know.
watch Ash versus the
I
Evil
know.
Dead on Netflix.
And
by
I
the way.
know we don't want to talk about movies on the bonus episodes, but God, I just watched. There's so much to talk about.
I can't believe this is your first time seeing that trilogy.
They're so good.
They're
the first
so
one,
good.
Not
first
even
one's
gonna
not.
lie,
I didn't.
the remake of Evil Dead is
I can't watch it.
really good.
Too
actually.
much realism in the gore. I can't. Do
It's
it.
it's one of the goriest movies in existence.
I can't do it.
the
Yeah,
fucking
it's-
turkey carver.
It's not great, but it definitely is.
It's-
It lives. It. So I agree. I think the second Evil Dead is the best, but the first remake of Evil Dead is amazing. Like
Yep.
actually very good. But I
Sam
digress.
Raimi's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, apparently I haven't seen Multiverse of Madness yet, but it's just a straight up fucking horror
Yeah,
movie.
that's what I heard too.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. First Evil Dead remake? Not.
Yeah. It's just called Evil Dead.
yeah. So they
it's-
remade Evil Dead in like 20 something.
2016 or something.
You wait. Does Sam Raimi make that one too?
I'm not actually sure.
You just said the one by Sam Raimi. You said yeah. That's why I was confused.
oh, I thought you were just
don't think
talking
he
about.
did.
I don't know if Sam
No,
Raimi
he
did the
didn't.
remake
No,
or
he
not.
didn't. That's why I was confused. I was like, there was another one. I thought there was a third.
Oh, I thought he did the remake.
No.
He might have helped.
He probably. I think I saw his name attached to it. Yeah. If he didn't do it, then don't listen to me.
I don't know. Either way, let's digress from that. So where the fuck am I? All right. So yeah. So he wakes up with the fucking bruise on his arm. That was why I thought about fucking Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
But the next day he's walking around town, and apparently he always passes this warehouse all the time.
Like twice a day or some shit.
Fede Olivares. Fede Olivares.
I don't know who that is.
He's not anywhere, and Sam Raimi's not anywhere attached to that.
No.
Okay. Well, either way, cool facts.
Oh wait, I lied. Technically writer because it's based on his stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, Adam's walking around town, and I guess he passes his warehouse all the time, as he mentions it. But he goes and he passes it, and he sees like one of the gates up, and he notices that there's a green chair in the warehouse.
Bum,
and
bum.
I'm sure you mentioned this earlier, but like there's a whole like stigma with David in the green chair and all this shit.
He likes him a green chair. That's
He
where
does.
he's first seen is in a green rocking chair.
So after he leaves or walks past the warehouse, he goes and runs his errands. He comes back, gates all locked up and shit, as I assume a warehouse would be if it was closed.
After
but,
receiving a delivery through a warehouse door.
yeah, right. So
Yeah, when we say warehouse, it's like one of those like
It's a loading bay door.
it's a loading bay door. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like you're going to fucking Menards or for you that aren't in the Midwest, Home Depot.
Or Lowe's or some
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, no, it's legit. It's a metal, like, grated door.
yeah. So after that, a couple days later, he mentions that he keeps getting these calls from an unknown number, and he posts a picture of it, and it's literally just like, oh no. But obviously being tweaked out as he is, he thinks it's David, and he gets very anxious. And then one day he actually decides to answer it. So he doesn't say anything, and he just waits on the line. After a few seconds, he hears this faint noise say hello. And I think the way he described it is it wasn't like an exclamation or a question. but just like this ominous voice.
Yeah, like a tiny, ominous voice, I think is how he described it.
Exactly.
So
Probably,
Mike,
yeah.
Mike called him 400 times in a day.
He also said that this noise that he was hearing.
I really want that interview.
He mentioned that the noise he heard before the voice was very similar to the electrical noise that he had heard in his sleep app, which is spooky. Spooky. So after that, we get a few tweets of how he's talking about he moved this green chair that was in his room into the living room, and it's been kind of all over the living room. And then he sets up a motion-activated camera. And then one night, the camera ends up picking up the green chair starting to rock back and forth, which is a very creepy video. And I think he was actually staying at a friend's house or something at that time when he saw the videos.
Yeah,
There's like a set of videos that he ends up getting.
Right before that, I think he said, "I'm getting the fuck out of this creepy ass apartment," or like something like that.
Yeah, he like ends up having to like basically take a mental health break from his own apartment, and like he goes for this walk and then decides he's going to go to a friend's house or something like that. But yeah, so he like the first video he sees is the green chair rocking back and forth, and it is creepy. It's not like by any means like lighthearted.
If you're trying to stay awake at 1 a.m, it's a great video to watch.
And then it also picked up some more activities on his bookshelf in the living room. He had this turtle shell that was on the wall, and then in one of the videos it just straight up falls off. And then fans noticed
Raphael, no.
and then also fans noticed that during these two videos, the kitchen light goes from off to on from the first video to the second one, which I actually noticed too. But
It's very
like,
faint.
yeah, it almost looks like like if it was a fridge light.
Yeah.
It's like the fridge is open.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not like a full on light bulb.
Yeah.
But yeah, he also gets another video a few nights later when he's getting ready for bed where a plant pot just falls off the shelf. And then he brushes this off as maybe, slamming the fridge too hard or something. And there's more video. There's a bunch of videos of his cats tweaking out. And like he goes off on this like whole rant about like, I don't have flies. There's no flies in the house. And very similar to them staring at the door and all this shit. But then he has another nightmare after this couple of days. And it's a nightmare of a head in his bed with like a severed spine attached to it, just smiling at him. And he ends up asking it, what happened? And the head answers him with, "It feels great."
Oh, it feels great.
But in conjunction, feels great, man. Like love being a head. But yeah, in conjunction with these dreams, he starts seeing or having dreams of like apparitions just like standing at his windows and stuff, which would freak me the hell out.
Almost definitely.
But
Especially if you don't know how to lucid dream.
yeah, that's a whole nother story that we had to talk to somebody about and having.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
What?
No, just keep going.
But the last straw, basically the last straw for him was he was passing that warehouse again, and he heard a noise like a thud, basically like a knocking almost. And then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna snap a picture in this little window above where I heard the noise. So he like snaps this picture inside of it, and it's like this like dusty ass like abandoned room.
Yeah,
in
I
this
can't
warehouse.
tell what's in it. To me, it looked like one of those old like carnival, like the carnival, like the horse that goes around.
Carousel.
Thank you, carousel. It looked like an old carousel horse in
It's a
there.
carnival horse tornado.
I mean, to me, it just looked like a chair with like a bunch of like fucking like insulation or something like from something like
I really couldn't
stacked
fucking
up.
We're both
put
right.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's whatever you want it to be. But I mean, so
Diluti pod, you figured it out.
yeah, pretty much like
Just go back to our roots. Though.
whatever you think, you're correct. But like he starts talking about how like, well, actually, people start talking about they're like, oh, you can like see like what looks like a head in the top right corner, and to be fair.
To be fair,
That is a fucking stretch if I've ever heard
Yeah,
one. It looks like
yeah.
some fucking like dust.
yeah,
I don't know.
It looks like a
doesn't look like
smudge on the
anything.
lens.
It
to
looks
me
like
to
the
be
type of
just
evidence
quite-
that Zach Bagans would use to say ghosts.
Exactly.
Zach, get on the show.
But yeah, so he's freaked out. Like everything that's happening in this dude's life is just freaking him out to no end. everything he does, all these pictures, all these videos are just leading him more and more towards the conclusion that yes, in fact, David be dicking him down. So
I was not expecting that, but I love it.
that's where I went with it. But yeah, he decides that it is now time for a vacation.
Yeah. I can't say I fucking blame him.
Oh no.
Not at all.
Not
the
at fucking
fuck out
all.
of Dodge. Son.
Seriously. Okay, again, let's just assume that everything that he said thus far is absolutely 100% true. Yes. Go somewhere else. Do not be at home anymore.
Don't be there. Go. I'll go there.
Just
Elsewhere.
I mean, he makes sure he takes like his cats are taken care of, right? Oh, buddy.
They die.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh yes, they get taken care of.
So he does plan a vacation, and he decides he wants to go visit Japan. He doesn't talk a whole lot about the vacation, hopefully because he was enjoying the vacation.
Right.
But he does post a few pictures and a few updates about this whole story. He does mention that when he goes on vacation, he, instead of like planning his whole trip and having an itinerary down to the minute, etc., he'd rather just get there and like see what there is to do. So he goes walking. One of the first things he finds is a little like charm shop. And apparently they sell like protection charms. And so he wrote on this charm, some like, please protect my cats and make sure they're okay. Okay, so first off, you didn't leave anybody with your cats. Cool. They're in a haunted apartment by themselves. Cool.
Asshole.
Like, make your own choices, man, but those are bad fucking choices.
Those poor cats.
Hey, at least he bought the charm
You know,
for him.
in defense to the cat, the Dear David's not after the cats.
Yeah.
Dear David's after Adam.
Yeah, that doesn't give a fuck about
If
the
anything,
cats.
Dear David's just gonna pet the cats
Like a good person.
like a good neighbor.
David is there.
David is there.
So yeah, he gets this protection charm. A couple days later, he posts he's walking around, just exploring the area, and he sees this like weird looking statue in the middle of like a city square. So he goes up and he's looking at it, and he sees a little. So this statue is of like mothers and a bunch of children. I think it's like an ode to motherhood or something. That's what it looks like to me. I didn't read too much into it, so I'm not 100% sure. But in this statue, there are tons of these like little these little stone babies all over the place. There's one of them that he like zooms in on and takes a picture of that looks like it's got a misshapen, dented head, kind of. And it just freaks him the fuck out. Which, like, I get it. But also, I saw the picture, and my guy, that just looks like it looks like a bowling ball, if I'm being honest. But
He pulled like a Crocker to fairies.
it's
Like, oh, David.
it's affirmation bias, 100%. Some shit's been happening to him, and then all of a sudden, he's just seeing.
Turner got an A on his math test. Must be the work of very godparents.
God damn it. But yeah, that's really all we hear about his whole trip to Japan. He talks about coming home, and he posts a picture saying like, "Hey, I'm home safe," with his cats there and everything. Cats are fine. A couple days goes by, and he starts talking about how the electronics in his house or his apartment are just on the fucking fritz. The TV just will turn off. The backlight of the TV will turn on without the power being on, which, as we all know, is fucking impossible. Bulbs are burning out over the course of a week.
Should check the wattage.
Yeah, he's probably just putting in the wrong bulbs.
Terrible
Like,
whats.
As a recent homeowner, I can tell you that's a thing.
Mr. mows his lawn 4 times.
Moses lawn at night.
Why do drugs when you can just mow a lawn?
Fucking Hank Hill in the making over here.
He does watch his kitchen light turn on and off by itself a bunch, and he said he watched it for like a minute and a half before it finally stopped, and he went to investigate.
What that is?
Nothing comes of that investigation. He hears some more noises. The cats are meowing at the door some more, so he takes some pictures through the peephole, and he gets.
It wasn't as funny that time.
It was way. It's way funnier when he says it. For whatever reason.
Shove it in your pee hole.
I think it's because he's gotten rid of the pee. Yeah. So he shoots a couple of pictures through this peephole, and it's just blackness for the most part.
So now it's hit him.
Oh yeah, no.
Doctor, there's blackness in my pee hole.
My peephole's black. So he gets some pictures through them and he posts them saying like, guys, this is fucking weird. If I'm 100% honest, I saw zero. I saw a black fucking, like I saw the dirty peephole
of the James Bond films.
pretty much. It's just fucking
Like where he
nothing.
walks into the fucking
Yeah.
little
He
circle.
shoots the audience.
Okay.
But he outlines, he's like, you can see an ear over here and like part of a chin and an eye. And I'm like, okay, well, if you draw it over it, yeah, I'm going to see that now. But otherwise,
It's
no.
matrixing, basically. You
More
just
or
see
less.
faces and things that aren't faces.
Exactly. It's your brain tricking you into thinking something's there when nothing, in fact, is there. At least that's my take on those photos. I don't want to discount like a lot of this because he swears up and down that all of this is absolutely fucking true.
Of course, his career rides on it now.
Exactly.
It's
You're
like Zach
welcome,
Bagans.
Buzz.
Zach Bagans cannot say, yeah, no, ghosts aren't real. He's too deep.
Too deep. Yep.
He's like 40 seasons in. You can't say I lied.
Well, that'd be like if
40
I ended
seasons
this
deep.
episode by saying, you know what? You don't have to be paranoid. Like, just relax.
Yeah,
Everything is cool.
People would be like, well, now I'm paranoid. So yeah, he takes these photos, shares them. The majority of people have the same sentiment that I did, which is like, this is fucking nothing. But there were people that were like, oh my God, I totally see this, just kind of playing into it. So after this, he gets a friend to come over and do like a ritual cleansing of the house with sage.
Didn't work the first 2 times.
Well, he's not licensed.
Oh, right.
You have to be a licensed sagist.
Right.
I think that's what they're called.
I think it is.
So yeah, he gets somebody to cleanse the house with sage and other ritualistic items, and
It's just this cleaning lady.
it could be.
She's like, I'm gonna scrub this for you real good.
Okay, cool. Get the ghosts out.
Get the pledge on it.
A couple days goes by after that, and he's walking by the warehouse again, and the door is wide open, and he gets this very dreadful feeling over him. So he looks in and takes a picture. This time, he sees a hearse just fucking parked right near the doorway.
Hell yeah.
He heads home and he gets on Twitter once again, says, hey, like I've heard some noises outside my kitchen, and he's got like there's a sink and his counters, and there's like a couple of windows leading out to like this balcony on the roof. Because remember, he's moved upstairs now and he's on the top of the building. He hears some noises and he swears up and down that he saw a figure outside. So he hits the deck, sticks his phone up, and he takes a couple of pictures.
This shit's actually kind of creepy.
I will say these photos,
They're creepy. They're
that would
fucking
make me
creepy.
shit my fucking
So
pants.
we discussed it last time, but again,
Yeah.
this is a new one. Like,
Yep.
where the pictures are, where does he see this
The whatever
figure? Yeah, where does
David.
he see it? Yeah, David.
We don't have to be coy about it.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not a
the
mystery
story is
anymore.
called Dear David. Like, it's David.
All the mysteries out the fucking window.
No, he sees it like it's so. Let's pretend you're standing at your kitchen, right? You're washing dishes.
Yeah.
And about it, like neck level, is the beginning of these like windows. Whoa. It's right outside these windows, and standing like right under them, you see almost from like belly button up, and you see like this spectral, very, very dark and very transparent, but it's there. If you brighten the image up, it's absolutely a
poison.
small boy with a misshapen head.
There's a little boy on the stewardess. There's a boy on the wing.
There's something on the wing. But yeah, so he's scared shitless at this point. And like I said, the pictures of this, go check this whole Twitter feed out. You might have to take a class on how to search for specific time frames on Twitter, because
Control F.
There's a great website called wakelet.com that has the whole, like if you literally Google Dear David, it's like the second link, and it's the whole story. Just
did you do this on your computer?
yes.
I did it on my phone. Don't do it on your phone. It's
Fair.
it's the fucking worst. So if you're on your phone, there is a way to search specific time frames on Twitter, which is what I had to do. If you're on PC or whatever else, just fucking use Wakelet. It's way easier. So he sees these pictures, he's posts them to Twitter. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump to we're at about November 6th right now. So this whole thing started like mid to end of August.
Yeah, that's
Ish. I think it was August
Yeah, that
17th
last-
was like the first Twitter post.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah, all
October
this is-
26th was the last post that he posted before
Yes.
this one.
So
All this is happening in the span of just a few months.
It's not long.
Yeah. I mean,
It's literally from like August to some of January, maybe.
yeah, it seems like a lot because he's basically tweeting like 40 fucking tweets at a time in like one night.
Yeah, it's basically in real time. So November 6th, this is when he wakes up. So presumably this happened on the night of the 5th that he had more dreams of David and him being in his room. They pick back up. Now, if you remember, Adam took that green chair that he first saw him in out of his room and put it in his living room. He never put it back. So now it's just the recliner in his room and his bed, more or less. So now he's starting to see David on the recliner.
David's just taking over his fucking
It's-
furniture.
You get
Talk about a lazy boy. Ha ha.
so
Nope. No, nothing.
Nope.
No. Okay.
because of I appreciate it, but I'm trying to figure out how to say this without sounding troubling. Remember, we're talking about a small child in a grown man's room.
Yeah.
So he has this dream and he wakes up and he basically like he'll wake up and then he goes back to sleep and like the dream picks up right where it was. And so David starts moving closer to him. And so the next time he wakes up, he basically just takes his phone out and starts snapping pictures. And you see what he sees in his dream, which is a small boy with a misshapen head slowly walking closer and closer and closer to the bed. It's very fucking creepy.
Yeah, because I think he mentions like, oh yeah, I was in my dream. I was just like, I whipped up my camera and just started taking pictures.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and they're all there.
Yeah, that's right. He thought he was dreaming, so he checked his camera roll in the morning, and he's like, "Oh shit, they're actually here!" And oh fuck, this happened. So after this, he wakes up and he goes about his day, and he notices something that he hadn't noticed before, especially because he just moved in, so he hasn't had time to feel out the top floor. But
There's a boy in my ceiling.
yes, there's boys in my ceiling.
Not a sponsor.
No, he notices this.
Who's not a sponsor?
Boys in the ceiling.
The boys in the ceiling.
He notices like this hatch right outside his door in the stairwell, and he also notices that if you look at like near the ceiling, there's a 3-foot space between like where the ceiling is and where like the ceiling, like the roof of the building is. So there's a 3-foot empty gap like right above his apartment. He thinks that's pretty weird, so he gets a hold of his landlord, be like, "Hey, like there's a hatch up there," and he's like, don't worry about that, and whatever. And he notices there's actually something stuck in there, and he's like, "There's something stuck in the hatch up there. I don't know what it is. It's way too high up for me to reach." And this, that, and the other. So he orders a pole of Amazon. It's this big blue
pipe,
pole.
yeah.
It's literally just like a pipe. Like it's nothing special. So he gets it. He goes down the stairs, and he has a video of him basically like poking the hatch and something falling out and landing on the ground near him. At first, he thinks it's like some roadkill or like some dead animal that had died up there. He picks it up and he sees it's this really, really fucking old leather shoe that's, I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably the size for
boy-sized.
like a small boy with a misshapen head. Probably.
You could just tell.
Probably.
You could tell by the style of the shoe. This kid had one fucked up melon.
People have styles, man.
Yeah, definitely a fucked up melon for sure.
So after this happens, he gets a hold of his landlord again and says, "Okay, I pulled this out of the ceiling. Like, I've heard noises upstairs. I've heard people, like either people or an animal or something running around upstairs, and I don't know what it is. Can you go up there and check it?" And he's like, "Sure."
It's probably whoever's shoe you just took.
Somebody used to have shoes. So he goes up there with a ladder and he's like, "No, there's nothing up here." "Oh, you know what? Actually, there is one thing." And he reaches his hand up and he pulls out this hand-cut green marble. If anybody knows anything about marbles, which I didn't until I researched this, it's that hand-cut marbles are no longer made. It's all machine cut because why the fuck wouldn't you?
Yep.
But this was a legit hand-cut marble, which is super fucking old. And I think they
Also-
said like 1800s era
Yeah.
or something like that.
Also, who out there is still buying marbles? Email us at deludipod@gmail.com if you've bought a marble in the last 5
So,
years.
Fun fact, glass blowers right now and like the weed community, like people who buy high-end glass, love marbles because they're carb caps.
They're
Oh
what?
shit!
What's a carb cap?
It's for dabbing.
Oh,
Which
so
one are we-
that's who's buying marbles. The drug community.
The drugs are buying marbles.
Yeah, the drug
Drugs are
community.
buying marbles.
There's marbles in my drugs, man.
Who put these drugs in my marbles?
I can't play jacks like this.
So anyway,
Is that
he
a
gets
marble game? It's not a marble game.
he gets this. No, that's a Jack's game.
You're thinking of the game Marbles. That's what you play marbles with.
I was indeed thinking of the game Marbles.
Oh my god.
We have another episode to do it.
We do. All right, let's go. So he gets this marble and this shoe, and he takes them to his apartment. And like any sane motherfucking human being, he puts both of them in his nightstand next to his bed, so he can keep an eye on them all the time when he's sleeping,
Watch the marble.
or something. Exactly.
Be the marble.
You know that trendy game that's going around right now.
Marble. It's on TikTok.
Yeah.
All the rage.
So he leaves them there, and again, nothing really comes of the shoe and the marble. Go forward a little bit, and we
Shoe and the Marble sounds like a buddy cop TV show.
it really does. Like
Shoes and the Marble, gonna catch
it's like
the
Canadian.
criminal. I would love that.
So a couple days ahead of this, once again, Adam talks about another dream. And this one is
Bad.
it's not good. So he ends up actually getting a this app that basically you set it up looking at something, and it takes one picture every 60 seconds until you tell it to stop. He sets this up overnight on his dresser or some shelf or something.
Yeah.
Basically, so you can see the majority of the room. You can see Adam sleeping. You can see his furniture in the corner and a few other things.
Wait, how many pictures does it take?
It takes one picture every minute.
Oh, okay.
So however many minutes he's asleep, that's how many pictures it takes. So he sets it up, goes to sleep, and he shares a couple of pictures. The first one is just of him sleeping, empty room. Nothing really looks too weird, aside from the fact that you were looking at a sleeping man in his room.
It's not weird. I pay money for that right now.
Yeah, patrons, by the way, your money.
$50. You can watch me sleep,
No.
and I'll lick you.
$60 because we already have a $50 tier.
$60.
apparently.
You can watch me sleep.
We got to fill in between 11 and 50 at
No,
this
no, no,
point.
no, no.
Like,
It just
okay.
jumps. Right
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wait, that's a
11 is
big
throat
tier.
noises.
And butthole pictures and all the other things.
So yeah,
So, again, first photo, nothing. The second one, it shows David sitting in a chair on the other side of the room. The next one shows David standing on said chair. And then the next one shows him like getting down, kind of like a little kid would.
It's fucking creepy.
It's very creepy. I'm having to relive it right now. It's
Yeah.
not great. The next one, there's no more David. And then you see a picture of him literally standing on the bed in front of Adam's face. Now, I do want to I want to point out when he's standing there, like normally if somebody stands on a bed, like they make an indent. The covers are all ruffled around it. You can clearly see two indents of, weight being put on a mattress. None of that's happening here, which suggests that David has no mass.
He's a floaty boy.
He is a floaty boy.
no ass.
No ass. No ass, no mass.
Gnome ass.
He's got gnome
He's got
ass.
Gnome ass.
Sounds like a thing a doctor needs to check out. But yeah,
And so he shares these. He's fucking significantly creeped the fuck out. However, he does have the holidays to look forward to with his family, which they're right around the corner at this point. And that's actually the next time we hear from him. We hear a few days beforehand saying he's getting ready for the trip up there, and he's excited to see his family in Montana.
Montana.
The first few days he's up there, he says he feels pretty good. He feels different. He doesn't feel like there's a weight over him, or like somebody is, watching his door and cats and him while he's sleeping.
Stay up there forever. Never go back to your apartment.
Well, then one night
Beans.
he swears he sees either hears or sees somebody moving outside the bathroom window. Can we talk about bathroom windows real quick?
Why?
What? Why? Why the fuck are there
Especially
windows
in-
in bathrooms?
the
You have a
shower.
window.
yeah, he does.
You have a window in your bathroom. You covered it, thank God. But like,
It wasn't for a while. So for a while there, Lori had only the bottom half covered. So if you're peeing, you could just stare at children at the park that are
No, Redacted.
50 feet away.
Redacted.
I've well, that's what I told her. I was like, I'm gonna get on a watch list while I'm just trying to pee, and she's like, no, no one's gonna be looking in. I'm like, that's not the problem.
I'm looking out.
I'm looking out, and if anyone sees me just staring outside, just looking at my bushes in the front lawn, just Humpty Humpty Dump, and they're walking their dog down the sidewalk, they're look at me and be
making
like, you
eye
pervert.
contact with someone taking a shit. You're just like,
Exactly.
hey, Fred.
Exactly.
Howdy, neighbors.
So I got her. I persuaded her after vigorous bullying
to put something in
put
there.
a large drape up.
Well, thank you, because that's don't like it. So after this, again, like a day or two later, he's outside with his family, and they're eating dinner, and he goes into either the kitchen or like another room with a window, and outside he sees a bunch of tiny footprints in the snow. So he goes out to investigate, and they look like children's footprints. So he follows them, and they basically lead to this ditch on the side of the road, and they just fucking end there.
Yeah, it's like they just out of nowhere.
Yep.
Footprints.
Yep, footprints. Absolutely. That night, Adam has another dream, and in my opinion, this dream is the most fucking terrifying dream you can have.
Oh, it's not in your opinion. It's just
fact.
Yeah, it's the worst
Okay.
fucking thing.
So Adam goes to sleep, and he has a dream where David is not sitting in a chair across the room. He's literally levitating above him and looking down at him, and he tries talking to him, but his mouth is moving way too fast to A, make noises, or B, understand what the fuck they are. And as he's talking, he goes like horizontal, so like they're face to face. So David's like sleeping, so he's just on his back, and Adam is. David then goes horizontal and basically like starts descending to like go face to face with him. And Adam is paralyzed, and I think he explained beforehand that like when he sees David, he has sleep paralysis, but when he sees David in his dreams, he feels like he has sleep paralysis. So he's experienced this before, so he can't do anything about it. David's just descending, and all of a sudden his lips lock to Adam's, and he starts feeling a terrible like soul sucking feeling, and then he wakes up.
He just kissed a child.
He's a pedo.
Confirmed.
Yep, and this whole story is just to cover that.
How I Got Out of Kissing a Child by Adam Ellis.
Step 1, kiss a child. Okay, so
Don't do any of that, people.
please don't. Do not.
Especially you. You know who you are.
So he wakes up from this terrible dream. He's like, God, thank God this was a terrible dream. He goes and he grabs his phone because he's still using that picture app. And he scrolls through the photos, and he literally sees his dream frame for frame. As it's happening, you see David upright. You see him turn horizontal and start descending. Their lips lock, and it's like he glitches and becomes a little bit like transparent as that happens.
Yeah.
After this happens, you're going to notice just a small difference in the tweets that come from Adam. He comes home, and he felt terrible as he came home. And then for some reason, like a day or two goes by, and he just doesn't feel bad anymore. Like that same feeling he had when he lived in his apartment when he knew David was just fucking haunting him. He doesn't feel bad anymore. Now so we're at January 16th now. This is when these tweets are coming out. 2018. So he uploads some pictures from his time up in Montana, and there's a few that are very, very normal. There's a whole album on Instagram that apparently you can look through.
Yeah.
But most of them are normal, and they've got like him with his family. And there's one picture with him and one of his family members that he posted saying like, hey, I don't know what the fuck happened here. Like, I didn't do this to this photo. So he posts two photos from the Instagram album on Twitter saying like, these are what I posted. Here's the next one. And it's him and one of his family members, and it's got like that pink glitch, like almost like it just was read badly, and now it's got a bunch of fucking glitch lines in it, or like some data noise or something. But it's all fucked up, and he basically came online to thousands of messages of people saying, dude, like, did you do this? Because if you didn't, that's super fucked up.
Shit's fucked, yo.
Yeah. And he says he didn't. He's hearing noises again until he doesn't. And again, like, so all these things that were happening to him, it's like he goes to Montana. He has this dream where David Frenches him. And then he comes home and he feels bad for a bit, but then he feels better. And it's like these things are starting to like go away, like slowly. And then he stops talking about David altogether on Twitter. 100%.
Yeah.
Boys, we got him.
The very last tweet that Adam Ellis sends about this whole story. You will not see this again
Chris
unless
Hansen?
No,
Take a seat,
when they
take a seat right
fucking
there.
got Osama.
No,
bin Laden.
Yeah.
I was saying like Chris Hansen just walked in the door.
oh,
Adam's
this
Take a
could be
seat. Take a seat.
take a seat. But the
right over
last
here.
tweet he sends out to assure everybody that everything is fine is literally just the words "everything is fine." Period. That's it.
That's something someone that's not fine would say.
That just rub. That's so different. Like he just spent a solid 6 fucking months, or sorry, 4 or 5 months
Yeah.
being terrorized by something, and then all of a sudden, just oh no, we're fine. I don't know,
trust
but
it.
that is the full story of Dear David.
That's Dear David.
Woo!
Wrong one.
Yep,
Raduki.
it's okay.
Oh, we're not taking it
We're
back.
probably just deleting the entirety of track 14.
To be fair, there is one last video that he posts on February 14th.
Oh, yep. If you want to cover that, go for it.
It's just his cat looking at the door.
Yeah.
Dear David, Volume 2.
Yeah. But he basically drops it. You will be thrilled to find out that Lionsgate and some other studio has picked this story up and has been working with people to create a movie all around Dear David. And again, I know I said it before, Adam Ellis swears up and down that all of this actually, like, this happened. He's got stories about it.
What do you guys think?
That is a perfect time to
yeah.
segue into this.
Ready? It's real or fake. On go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Fake.
What'd you say, Doug?
Faki.
Faki?
Fucky.
Yeah. Well, Jason, what do you think it's a fakey?
Because this is so easy to fucking fake. But the big one for me, and I know we've talked about this last week, was the Sheets snow debacle. So in one video, David is standing on the bed over Adam, right? Mm-hmm. And we said one of the weird, creepy things about it is the fact that David doesn't have weight, doesn't make the bed to set, like, doesn't create any kind of
Pressure or
effect
anything, yeah.
on the bed at all. However, he goes to Montana and basically tries to, like, play up the fact that David's been following him. That's been a trope through this entire fucking thing. We saw him in Japan. He was in his first apartment, his second apartment. He went to Montana. Like, he just follows him. So he tries to set up this whole narrative where David follows him to Montana by saying that he finds children's footprints in the snow. Hey, Doug,
Hey.
what is required to make a footprint in the snow?
children?
Snow.
Okay, we got 2 of them. Let's keep going. Let's keep
foot.
running through the list.
Foot.
Feet's another good one. Yep.
Mass.
Land.
There it is. It's fucking mass.
Yay!
You can't affect objects in the world unless you have mass. But, like, that part is so glaringly obvious to me that, like, come on, man. If you're trying to make a fucking story around a what is so goddamn funny, Mike?
Battle cry.
But that's the big one. That's why I think this is 100% fake.
Yeah, kind of just going off of that, I also feel like it's fake purely just because the story is like almost too good to be true. Like all the things are I've watched so much goddamn Zach Baggins, and he never gets things just moving on their own. He never sees like you just
It's
don't-
never on
you
camera.
don't get that shit.
No.
Like it's just
I mentioned that last time. Zach's been doing this shit for almost 20 years now.
Yep.
And you mean, and he's had all this footage or all this like technology. And you mean tell me this guy with this fucking iPhone was able to catch goddamn David just falling on top of him?
Yeah,
and
with
feed
the
it on
free photo app.
Yeah, not on my
Yeah,
watch.
it's too good to be true. Although it's a great story, I'll
Yeah.
give it that. I
Yeah.
would love to see the movie for sure.
I'm very excited for the movie.
One of the things that
That's it.
Oh.
Yep. Go ahead.
are you serious or did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
No, yeah, you're good.
Okay. You kind of still have a sassy tone. Are you sure?
He's doing that on purpose, Mike. Just
No,
go.
yeah, no, I was done.
My biggest thing on why this is fake is because tweet number 1, this is supposed to be like a live
Yeah.
tweet thing. He immediately is like, small dead kids trying to kill me. How would you know that? You haven't even met who David is.
That was
yet.
one thing that I actually wanted to mention. I forgot. The first post is a picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, of in a cartoon form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's doofy looking.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But like, how would you know he's trying to kill you? He hasn't done anything bad yet.
I mean, he elaborates a little bit later, but like, yeah, if you're doing a live tweet, like, I don't know, it doesn't tickle my horror bone.
Yeah. And another thing is like, obviously we mentioned
Fear
that
boner.
I do not get a fear boner from this.
I'm not scroused. But he also, like, obviously we mentioned before that he's an artist that worked for BuzzFeed for a while there. The fact that he's working for BuzzFeed kind of tells me it's fake enough. Also, before Dear David, he never really got any like hit tweets or anything. Nothing really got past like 10 or 20 likes or retweets and stuff until Dear David.
Hey, when did Adam Ellis leave BuzzFeed?
I believe it was roughly around the same time this all started, if I'm not
I'm pretty sure it was.
wrong. Yeah. Also, those audio clips, they're just kind of dumb.
We could
I'm gonna
make 'em.
bring that up again.
Here,
I
let's
could
make it
play-
right now. Do you guys hear those
That's-
creepy fucking
That's
ghosts?
Dear.
Wait. It sounded like a duh. Maybe a th.
That must be
No, it's the ghost that was here last week,
Hello,
which
Henry.
is why you started
Dude, that
there
shit
and
was
ended up
frightening.
here.
Yeah, so last week, I mean, we're at the end of the video, so I don't care. I can talk a little bit about
Yeah,
this. But
we have some
dog, last time I sat where Doug sits normally, which Doug sits with his back against the door, and there's like drapes behind him, so you can't see anyone that could just be sitting behind you. It's so
Mike was literally just like
Paranoia
looking over his
inducing.
shoulder the whole episode.
it's
See, I have alcohol strength right now, so you know.
That helps.
it's fucking miserable. Like I had anxiety the entire time I was sitting where you are. I don't know how you fucking sit there.
I'm not a little bitch.
Well, I am. And if you want to give this little bitch money, you can go to patreon.com/deludipod.
Bird scooter.
Linktree.com/deludipod. You can find us on all our socials at Don't Look Under the Internet on Facebook or Deludipod on Instagram and Twitter.
Literally just Google Deludipod. You will. I think
that.
the Linktree, I think, is the first result that
Yes,
comes up.
YouTube is Don't Look Under the Internet. But again, everything that you need is in the link tree. That's why it's fucking there. Linktree.com/deludipod.
in YouTube, because apparently that's a thing now.
Oh,
Weird. Buymeacoffee.com/deludipod. Although let's be real, be for beer. You can go to our merch site. We're changing a bunch of stuff up. We're actually going to be going to a different shop here soon, so that'll be fun.
yes. Doug and I have both
a little bit
purchased
more
some merch,
opportunity. Yeah.
and it's time for a change.
Yeah, we want to change up our shop, and we found one that gives us a little bit more options that we like.
Yeah, so just to expand on that just a smidge, don't expect any new things to come out.
Yeah, we've
right
been saying
now.
for weeks, we're summer drop. It
We-
might
we-
not be happening anymore.
We really wanted to do it with Teespring.
Yep.
But Teespring is honestly just not.
The quality is not there.
It's not. I'm wearing my own merch right now, and I've washed it twice, and it's already like starting to come undone. So
yeah, my face hoodie one, like one of the eyes is now missing. So.
Yeah, so we apologize if anything we gave you is not up to snub or up to quality. We were under the impression it was from the
copious research.
Yeah, the research we
there's
did.
also a lot of people that told us, "Hey, this product is great. I got it. I received it fine.
Yeah, we've
it
gotten
looks okay."
everything other than like the one logo seems to be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But other than that one logo, which is our main logo,
The Lowy logo.
the Lowy logo. Shout out to Undefined Graphics, Mike Lowy. Go follow him and buy his commission his stuff. Anyway, everything other than that seems to be doing great. But that one, which is our main logo, so we want that to come out good. So we're in the process of switching merch
Yep.
shops. So expect that very soon.
yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll keep you updated.
We'll let you know.
Don't expect it to be quick because nothing we do is quick.
Also, would you like to be an audience member?
We do have a surprise.
Very soon for Patreon's exclusive, we are going to be incorporating you guys into our audience because let's be real, over the times we've had some fall into the back rooms, we've had some eat each other.
It's
we've
too
had
expensive.
Something about a goose cannon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot they turned into geese for
Yeah,
a
they
bit.
turned into geese for a bit. Like it's hard finding.
You try paying $10,000 a month for people to just watch your live show.
our current audience is actually an amalgamation of mini audience.
Yes, they are one. They are legion.
And now we
The
need.
smell, man.
It's not great.
So, if you want to become a patron, I don't remember what tier we're going to start at.
Something lower.
We'll figure it out.
Once we finalize some details, we literally just talked about like this in detail right before we recorded this. So once we
Yeah.
get a little more,
Yes,
of
but
our
the idea
fleshed
is
out.
coming where if you become a patron, we are going to have a mini audience prop set up, and you can submit to us an item that you want us to put into the audience that represents you. So that'd be very fun. So you'll be with us live all the time, and then I get to walk in and see that fucking thing in my basement every day.
Notice how we didn't put any
fun.
restrictions, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, my only restriction is don't send me little boys like Dear David.
Or maybe explosives.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Nothing illegal. Thank you. Anyway, this
We
has
gotta
been-
we gotta suss or fucking flesh out the
Yeah,
rules.
yeah,
on that
we
one.
sure do. So we don't have rules yet,
Yes.
but there will be rules.
There will
Anyway,
be rules.
I hope you all have a wonderful day. Make
don't.
sure you take Dear David's teeth, yank them out of his jaw, put it in yours so you have a set of phantom chompers.
No mass, bro.
No mess.
No mass.
No mas.
No mas.
Bye for me.
I guess Mike's gone. Stay fucking paranoid, everybody. You don't know how often hauntings happen. You can't possibly know. So just assume they happen all the time. To you. Forever.
Specifically.
So be fucking paranoid.
And as always,
Peen bean.
I really want to say, I can't say these things. This will put us on a watch list.
Don't. I know where you're going. Don't.
Is
Don't
it
do
what I
that.
said
Take
last
out
time?
your peen and not
In a safe area, away from any children.
Yes.
A ghost. Just a ghost.
Just make sure that no one can see your peen while you're slapping someone else's bean that is not of age and has consented to. You
That
get
is
where I'm
of
That
going
age.
is
with
of
this.
age
Is
and
of
has
age.
consented.
Yes.
Shut it down, Jason. Shut it down.
You gotta go, everybody. Have a fucking fantastic night.
God damn it, I'm on a list.
Don't look under the internet.